shown it certainly many times here before on this show. The sound of John Brennan and James Clapper saying all the lovely things they had to say about the now President of the United States. I mean, they effectively tried to convince the media and the American public that Donald Trump was and is, because let's forget they haven't let this one go, an agent of Russia. And now we have the Mueller report, which says, look, the Russians, yeah, they were trying. They did try, and they couldn't get to first base. So I find it incredibly suspicious that all this was happening behind closed doors. You think about James Baker, sir, right? And he was the lawyer for the FBI, and they wanted to go get that FISA warrant to spy on the Trump campaign. And James Baker has said himself that he interfered on that. He took over that case because of the sensitivity of it. And it was highly unusual for him to do that, like way above his pay grade. But he did that, he said, well, because of the sensitivity. To which I come back with, Michael, if it was so sensitive, and you were getting that FISA warrant based on, opposition research, wouldn't you want to check it out yourself, right? Like, dot your I's and cross your T's and make sure that whatever was in that packet of information from Christopher Steele actually had a leg to stand on?
Right, well, there are just too many coincidences of this nature for us to even believe it anymore. They say that the Crossfire Hurricane started on July 31st, 2016. But every FBI investigation, unless it's something like 9/11, investigating something tragic that happened, they're all preceded by preliminary investigations. And I'm quite certain that this was all going on in the weeks and perhaps even months ahead of Operation Crossfire Hurricane.
So
this whole thing seems to be coming apart at the seams right now. If we see the president declassify the documents he's promised that he'll declassify, if we see Attorney General William Barr and U.S. Attorney Durham going forward with the investigation as we believe they are, I think we're going to see this whole thing come apart at the seams. And in the end, Trish, I know and you know, and a lot of people don't want to even imagine it, but I believe Barack Obama was directing this whole thing.
Wow. I mean...
you got to believe that, right? Every single one of his senior officers was involved. And, by the way, Susan Rice, on Inauguration Day, somehow made it back into her office and sent one more email, only to herself, to just one more time clear President Obama of doing anything that wasn't by the book. It's very clearly all the way to the top in the White House. Whether we'll ever get Barack Obama is one thing, but I think we're going to see Brennan, Clapper, Rice. We may see some perp walks.
I don't disagree that there may have been some really bad stuff that went on, and I, as an American, want to know what it is. I don't know as I'm going to pit it on anyone like you are, sir, right now. I want to wait and see and learn, but I got a lot of questions, and we ought to be investigating every single inch of this, as AG Barr is doing right now. But, yeah, there could be some bad stuff that we find out about our very own government. Very sad, but true. I wonder, just quickly, Michael, before I let you go, is this why you think the Democrats are also suddenly more and more keen on the whole impeachment thing?
Well, I think that the impeachment, this has always been about impeachment. It was about impeachment, directly after the election. It's been about impeachment every day since. The 2018 elections were about impeachment. Every step of the way since 2018 midterms is about impeachment. We know from Molly Hemingway in The Federalist, who wrote a story on the day after the election. She sat next to now Chairman Jerry Nadler, who sat on his cell phone talking to a donor or a staffer or someone and talked about how he was going to use his committee chairmanship to build the case for impeachment and then impeach him. Listen, maybe saying right now that it's not time to impeach. I think they're just bluffing. It's going to be an impeachment. It's a metaphysical certitude because the Democrats can't pass it up.
Wow.
For them, it's an addiction. It's like crack cocaine. They're going to impeach because they have to.
Michael, sad state we're in. Sad state. Good to see you. Thank you so much.